So the question is about the difference between on-hand free and initial quantity. So this is in the warehousing system. Um, so these are three different quantity figures which are recorded against a purchase order product record. So this is like a stock record. Initial quantity is what first ever came into stock. So we use that to be able to detect how much stock there was when everything first arrived. Now that number, it doesn't really change. Like after you've packed out stock, obviously that initial number still remains the same so that we can track how much came in. The other quantity is, the other one is on hand. So this is what's physically on the shelf right now. Now, let's say that you've got an on-hand quantity of 5, and then you go and pack an order which contains 2 of them. Your on-hand quantity would then drop from 5 to 3. So that's what on-hand does. Free, however, free quantity is stock which has not yet been allocated to a sales order. So if you go back to this same sales order where we're requesting 2 of these things, when the sales order first gets created, it will subtract 2 from the free quantity. So the free quantity will immediately drop from 5 to 3. When the order is packed, the on-hand quantity will come from 5 down to 3 because that's what's actually on the shelf. And then obviously the initial quantity will just remain at 5. Now the only difference to this, however, is that if you move stock between locations, initial quantity will move with the new stock. So what this means is that in the database, in order to figure out how much stock used to be in this location at some time, you actually have to add up all the children using their parent IDs to basically calculate how much was in that location at a previous time, because that record has no concept of how much started out in that location. But perhaps that's just been added. I think we've recently added a original initial quantity, which does track that. And it's used to speed up execution of calculation of how much stock was in that location at a certain time. So that's just a recent thing I sort of forgot about there.